Welcome to the deep dive. We're jumping straight into the 2025 trends, really looking at how natural food CPG brands are tackling paid media and influencer marketing.
Yeah, CPG, consumer packaged goods, basically the stuff you see on shelves every day.
Exactly. And we're digging into a pretty comprehensive report that maps out the big shifts and strategies happening right now.
Hmm.
And this deep dive is really for you if you want to get a handle on how these brands are actually reaching consumers effectively in, well, this constantly changing digital world.
Our aim is to sort of pull out the most important bits, save you some time, and just give you clarity on what really matters.
All right, let's get into it. First up, social media advertising. It's still incredibly important for brand awareness, right?
Oh, yeah.
Especially for natural foods.
Oh, absolutely. Still crucial.
Right.
And the format is just totally dominating. Short form video, no question.
Right.
Late last year, something like 87% of influencer content requests were for TikToks or Instagram Reels. Short, snappy videos.
And there's a sweet spot for length.
Yeah, seems to be around that 20 to 40-second mark.
Hmm.
Perfect for, quick recipes, product tips, influencer takeovers,
Hmm.
that kind of thing.
And TikTok, its impact is just huge, isn't it? It's way more than just awareness now.
Oh, definitely. It's a serious shopping platform. TikTok Shop in the U.S. topping $1 billion a month since mid-2024.
$1 billion a month. Wow.
Yeah, and they're forecasting, $17.5 billion for 2024 overall. And get this, almost half of TikTok users who shop on social media buy something on the app monthly.
Monthly. That's
Yeah.
more often than Facebook or Instagram shoppers.
That's what the data suggests. It's pretty frequent.
So how are brands actually using this?
Well, look at Poppi. They jumped on TikTok early. In 2023, they pulled in like 204 million impressions, 2.3 million engagements. Huge numbers.
So it paid off being an early adopter.
Totally. But it wasn't just being there. They used product links, live shopping, affiliate programs, a whole integrated strategy. And that helped them get into 5 million new households this year.
Okay, so being early and smart about how you use it. What about the old guard, Instagram and Facebook? Still relevant.
Oh, absolutely. Meta's platforms still have massive reach, especially if you're targeting millennials and Gen X. And they're pushing video hard, too. Reels, mainly, plus their shopping features.
And they're using AI to help with ads now, post iOS 14.
Exactly. Their Advantage Plus campaigns, for example.
Yeah.
They use AI to help with targeting, which is super helpful given the privacy changes. It helps find the right audience, even with less data.
Okay, AI stepping in. And you mentioned something else, social search, people searching on TikTok and Insta.
Yeah, that's a growing thing. Nearly 45% of Gen Z say they prefer searching on TikTok or Instagram for food ideas over like Google.
Really? So you need keywords and good content just to be found on social now.
Precisely. It means your organic presence, just
Yeah.
having good stuff people can find, is almost as important as the paid ads.
Interesting. What about actually buying stuff in the app? Social commerce.
Well, Meta's own checkout had some bumps. Trust issues, mainly. But social commerce itself, it's definitely growing. The smart play seems to be integrations with retailers people already trust, like Amazon.
So buying Amazon stuff through Instagram or Pinterest?
Yeah, or Snapchat, too. You see partnerships popping up. Or ads that just send you straight to the retailer site or add items to your cart there. That's getting really common for food brands.
Okay, so the takeaway for 2025 seems to be make great, authentic content, but also make buying super easy, like in-app shops, link in bio, or those retailer integrations.
You got it. Blend the entertainment with easy ways to buy.
All right, let's shift gears. YouTube and video ads. YouTube seems to be wearing a few different hats these days.
It really is. Still the go-to for long-form stuff,
Yeah.
detailed recipes, how-tos. But it's also huge in short form with shorts, and it's a major player in connected TV, CTV.
CTV. That's basically YouTube on your living room TV screen.
Pretty much. And its influence is growing like crazy. By mid-2024, YouTube viewing accounted for over 10% of total U.S. TV time.
10%. Wow. So it's reaching those traditional TV audiences.
Exactly. For natural food brands, maybe finding primetime cable ads too pricey, YouTube on CTV is a much more targeted way to reach people on that big screen.
Makes sense. So advertisers are moving money there, away from cable.
Definitely seeing that shift to reach cord cutters. And then there's YouTube Shorts. They've really embraced that short vertical video format.
Like TikTok and Reels.
Yep, 15 to 60 seconds. Great for quick cooking hacks, product highlights, engagement's high, though creator monetization is still kind of catching up.
So brands should use shorts for quick hits, maybe driving people to longer videos or product links.
That's the idea, like a 3-ingredient healthy snack short that links out. And what's really interesting now is shoppable video.
blurring content and commerce again. Tell me more.
Well, YouTube's starting to add direct shopping features. Plus, you see integrations like the one Instacart did with YouTube last year.
Right, I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, you watch a food ad, you can click right there and add the ingredients to your Instacart cart. Same-day delivery. Brands like Clorox saw good results early on.
That's incredibly convenient, like turning a cooking video into a shopping list instantly.
Exactly. Food brands need to watch that closely as it rolls out more widely.
And influencers on YouTube, still mostly about pre-roll ads.
Not just that. Partnerships are big. Getting food YouTubers to actually use the product in their cooking videos, do sponsorships within the content itself. That builds way more trust than just an ad.
Right, seeing someone you trust actually cook with it.
For sure. And expect more hybrid campaigns. Brands give a brief or ingredients, the influencer creates content, and then the brand pays to boost that content, like TikTok's Spark ads.
Leveraging the creator's voice with paid reach. Smart. And we can't forget YouTube is a search engine too.
A massive one, second only to Google. People are searching best gluten-free snacks, how to make oat milk, all that stuff.
So optimizing your video titles, descriptions, thumbnails is key for getting found.
Absolutely crucial. Plus, Google's showing more YouTube videos in its regular search results anyway. So a good YouTube strategy helps your overall visibility online.
Okay, let's pivot again. Paid search. Google Trends. Hearing there's a bit of a shift in spending here for CPG brands.
That's right. We're seeing CPG put relatively less into traditional search ads and more into display and video.
Okay.
Like in 2024, U.S. food beverage search ad spend grew maybe 5%, but display grew 19%. Big difference.
19% growth for display.
Yeah, and the forecast for 2025 point to even more spend on digital display, social ads, video, banners compared to search. Something like $30 billion versus $21 billion.
Why the shift away from search for food?
Well, the thinking is a lot of food purchases aren't driven by someone actively searching by organic pasta sauce. It's more about seeing something appealing, awareness, maybe impulse. So those push channels, seeing an ad on Instagram or YouTube, are getting more focus.
But search isn't dead, right? It still has a role.
Oh, definitely not dead. Still super valuable for those high-intent searches, like someone literally typing, "buy organic almond butter" online. Great for driving traffic to your own site or a store locator. And for competitor conquesting, showing your ad when someone searches a rival brand.
And branded search, too, searching for the brand name itself.
Absolutely essential. Got to protect your brand name. Make sure your site or key retailers show up first. It's usually pretty cost-effective brand protection.
Now, this is fascinating. The report mentions the rise of retail search engines, where people start looking for products, is changing.
Big time. Studies show maybe 50, even 60% of product searches now start directly on sites like Amazon, not Google.
50 to 60%, wow.
Yeah, if you want, say, gluten-free crackers, you might just go straight to Amazon or Instacart or Walmart.com and search there.
So that changes where brands need to put their search ad money.
Exactly. Budgets are shifting towards retail media search ads, those sponsored listings you see on Amazon or Instacart, and also towards optimizing product listings for those retailers' search algorithms.
So Amazon is becoming the new Google for products.
In many ways, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Google's trying to respond with more shoppable formats, but the trend is clear. Product discovery is happening more and more on retail sites.
And what about AI in Google search ads? Automation.
Google's pushing AI hard. Performance Max campaigns, for instance. They automate across search, display, YouTube, optimizing for your goals. CPG marketers like the efficiency potential.
But you need to feed the AI good data, right?
Crucial. You need to provide your first-party data to guide it properly. And generative AI is coming in too, creating ad assets, handling search queries with the search-generated experience.
So that could change how search results even look.
Potentially, yeah. Brands need really well-structured product data and site schemas because the AI will pull from that. A recipe brand might see its recipe pulled directly into an AI answer. Still early days, but something to watch very closely.
And quickly, local and voice search. Still relevant for food.
For sure. Local search ads on Google Maps for near-me searches can drive people into stores. You know, healthy snacks near me, showing your product at a local grocery. Voice search for reordering groceries is growing, but slowly. Becoming the default brand when someone says, "Alexa, order oat milk." That's the future goal, probably through retailer partnerships.
Okay, let's dive into something huge. Retail media networks. Amazon, Instacart, Walmart Connect. These sound like absolute powerhouses now for CPG.
They really are. They basically merge marketing and sales right at the digital checkout. absolutely vital for visibility, especially for these better-for-you food brands.
Got any examples?
Yeah, the report mentions a General Mills campaign on Walmart's network. They saw almost a 20% sales lift among people who saw the ads and generated over 18 million impressions. That shows the kind of impact we're talking about.
Almost 20% lift. That's significant. And Amazon is the big one here.
Unquestionably. Amazon ads, along with Walmart Connect, are expected to grab over 84% of all retail media spending by 2025.
84% between them.
Yeah. Amazon's draw is huge. Half of online shoppers start searches there, plus they offer that closed-loop attribution. You can directly track sales back to your ad spend.
Right. Seeing the ROI clearly. And Walmart Connect.
Growing fast with Walmart's e-commerce push can offer lower cost per click sometimes and reaches a more value-focused shopper, which appeals to many grocery brands.
What about the grocery delivery guys? Instacart, Kroger, Target.
Oh, super important players, too. Instacart reaches shoppers across tons of different retailers in one app, so brands can buy sponsored placements when someone searches almond milk or run banner ads suggesting recipe ideas.
And they have good data, right, on shopping habits.
Rich data. They can target based on dietary needs, past purchases. Instacart did a campaign with Kraft Heinz suggesting mac and cheese at checkout boosted cart additions. It's all about that contextually timed ad.
And it seems retail media isn't just on the retailer's site anymore. It's expanding.
That's a major trend for 2025. Retailers are taking their first-party shopper data and using it to buy ads for brands elsewhere online, off-site retail media.
So Kroger could use its data to show me an ad on Hulu.
Exactly. Or that Instacart YouTube pilot we mentioned.
Wait.
Retail media is becoming this data-driven ad channel that can show up in lots of digital spaces, but it's always tied back to actual retail sales data.
And it's even moving into physical stores, digital displays and stuff.
Yep. In-store digital media is surging. Smart shelves, digital kiosks. Spending is projected to jump like 47% in 2025, and shoppers find them useful. Over half say so.
So you can reinforce online messages right when someone's about to buy in the store.
Precisely. It's creating true omnichannel opportunities. Retailers are even building systems to link ads you saw online or in-app to the displays you see in the aisle.
And the big advantage through all of this is the measurement, the data.
That's the key differentiator. The direct tie to sales with closed-loop reporting, seeing exactly how ad spend turns into sales. That's gold, especially as tracking gets harder elsewhere online. Retailers are investing in clean rooms, standard metrics too. Brands need to use this data to constantly refine everything.
So, bottom line for retail media, it's huge, it's complex, and brands need dedicated focus on it.
Absolutely. Treat it as a core pillar, budget for it, have people focused on it, and make sure it's coordinated with everything else you're doing.
Okay, let's switch to influencer marketing, another area that feels like it's always changing, especially for food and wellness brands.
It really has. It's gone from experimental to pretty much a core strategy now. And the big shift is towards really authentic engagement and, different kinds of content.
Less polish, more real.
Exactly. People want raw, unfiltered stuff. Quick TikTok taste tests, Instagram stories showing smoothie prep, real-life glimpses. Gen Z especially values that authenticity.
I heard about that Chobani thing where a fancy influencer gif kind of backfired.
Yeah, the report mentioned that. Looked too staged, too promotional. It shows sincerity, and making sure the influencer actually aligns with the brand really, really matters.
And short-form video still rules here, too.
Dominates. TikTok, Reels, Shorts. That's where the engagement is for recipe hacks, what I eat in a day, taste tests. And interestingly, micro-influencer videos with voiceovers, they actually get more views on TikTok and Reels.
Adds personality, I guess.
Seems like it. And it's not just showing the product anymore. It's about storytelling, education.
Explaining the why.
Right. Why it's sustainably sourced, what are the health benefits, how does it fit my lifestyle, fitness influencers explaining protein bar benefits, moms sharing natural toddler snacks they found. It builds trust. Brands should give them talking points, not stiff scripts.
Makes sense. Let's talk about the influencers themselves. Micro versus macro, that seems like an evolving situation.
It really is. There's a definite strategic shift towards micro-influencers, 5K, 100K followers, and even nano 5K.
Why the smaller creators?
Higher engagement rates, generally. More trust. They feel like peers, not distant celebrities. So brands are moving away from just polished macro-influencers towards these everyday creators. Lots of 2023 campaigns used many, many micro-influencers.
And better ROI, usually.
Often, yeah. Lower cost per engagement. But macro-influencers and celebs still have their place, For big reach, mass awareness. Think foodie YouTubers, TV chefs, often used in hybrid campaigns now. mixing macro and micro. But authenticity is still key, even with the big names. Long-term partnerships work better.
And this idea of using employees or real
That's
customers.
getting big.
Yeah.
Olipop's senior soda consultant went viral, 650 million impressions. Just an older employee having fun, or brands inviting real customers on trips. It blurs the line, shows genuine enthusiasm.
That's clever. Okay, how does this all turn into sales? Commerce integration.
Right. Starts with the basics. Affiliate links, discount codes, still staples for tracking ROI. Platforms like Insta and TikTok are making affiliate features better integrated. Brands give out codes like AnnisFit20. Expect that to continue, maybe get more sophisticated.
And actual shopping within social.
TikTok Shop is the big story there. In-app purchases, promoted by creators. Brands are trying bundles, TikTok-only flavors. There are still trust hurdles, so sometimes the links still drive to Amazon.
Ah, leveraging Amazon's trust.
Exactly. And Amazon's own influencer program lets creators have storefronts. Walmart Creator is growing too. The point is, shoppable content is everywhere now.
Pinterest pins, Instagram stories, live shopping.
Yep, it's all blurring. Content and storefronts merging. Strategic integration is key, making it easy to tap the link to add to your cart. Shortens that path to purchase. Maybe AR try-ons or visual search down the line.
And measuring all this, it's getting more focused on actual sales, not just likes.
Way more focused, beyond vanity metrics. Looking at sales, new customers driven by each creator. We're seeing more always-on programs with rotating micro-influencers measured like a media channel. The data then feeds back into paid media, boosting the best-performing influencer posts as ads. It's becoming much more data-driven, KPI-focused.
Okay, looking ahead now, emerging platforms, new touch points to watch. Lemon 8, that's ByteDance's other app.
Yeah, kind of a mix of Instagram and Pinterest. Very visual, lifestyle-focused food, wellness. It's had a pretty fast early growth, maybe 12 million U.S. users by late 2024. Attracts a niche audience with those mini blog-style posts.
Potential for recipes, nice product shots.
Could be. Good for curated content. Brands should probably grab their handles, maybe experiment a bit. It's very creator-first right now.
And BeReal, the authenticity app. Still relevant.
The huge hype cooled off, but it has a dedicated base. They started testing ads in the U.S. late last year, promising they'd fit the authentic vibe. Could be interesting for transparent natural food brands behind-the-scenes stuff, but even if BeReal stays niche, it symbolizes that bigger trend. People rewarding genuine, spontaneous content everywhere.
Beyond visual apps, what about audio? Podcasts.
Definitely opportunities there. Food, health podcasts for sponsorships or guest spots.
No.
An audio community, maybe Discord servers for a spice brand or something. Fosters tight-knit groups. Key is adding real value, not just shilling products.
So authenticity and niche communities seem like recurring themes. Anything else emerging?
Keep watching commerce updates on Pinterest and Instagram. Pinterest wants better grocery integration. Instagram's improving product tagging and Reels. WhatsApp has more shopping tools overseas might come here, maybe for ethnic food brands.
And streaming TV beyond YouTube.
Yeah, think Twitch for cooking communities or product placements in food shows on Hulu, Netflix.
Yeah.
Interactive TV ads with QR codes for coupons are growing too. And AI personalization will keep getting smarter, tailoring ads. Maybe AI chatbots suggesting products for meal plans someday.
Okay, let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
Key strategic takeaways for food marketing folks navigating 2025.
Okay, first, think holistically. Plan across channels, social, retail media, traditional. Balance the budgets. Make campaigns connect across touch points.
Second,
Creative focus. Short video and authentic storytelling are crucial. Embrace that lo-fi, real feel sometimes.
third,
Influencers. Build relationships with diverse creators. Focus on long-term partnerships. Consider customers, employees, and track that ROI diligently. Brief them well, don't just give scripts.
fourth,
Leverage data, especially first-party data from retail media and your own sales. Use it to refine targeting, build lookalikes, use retail reports and discussions with buyers. Keep an eye on emerging channels. Test things like Lemon 8 or BeReal with small budgets. Secure your usernames. But also, keep optimizing your core channels, like Amazon product pages.
and finally,
Learn constantly. Look at case studies. Encourage experimenting. Be agile. This landscape changes fast.
some really solid advice there. And for you, our listener, it's clear the digital world for natural food brands is, well, it's buzzing with opportunity. If you understand these shifts, if you're willing to test and learn, you can really connect with people in effective ways. So what new platform or strategy we talked about today sparks your curiosity the most? Definitely something worth thinking about. Thanks so much for joining us for this deep dive.